Okay then, let's start off video number 2. So today we're going to be hopefully dropping the subframe out of the car. Done a bit of preemptive work, got the wheels off already, got our engine brace ready to go. So I'm just going to show you what we're going to be putting on. So let's just understand what we're looking at here. So these points here, these are where it mounts up into the car. I'll point them out in a second. And this is where our steering rack mounts into. So I need to try and think of a way to support our steering rack, probably on an axle stand of some sort, whilst we get the old subframe out and the new one in. It's going to be a bit of a nightmare, I think, but we're going to take it out in the reverse order of what we're going to put it in. So first I'm going to disconnect these bolts supporting the trailing arm, and I'm going to try and swing them inwards, just make it a little bit more compact. I'll do the same on the other side, obviously. And then I'm going to disconnect our steering rack, move that out to one side, support it on an axle stand. I'm hoping it'll be a case of 1, 2, 3, 4. Obviously tops the engine mounts as well. And then we'll whip it out, pop the new one in. Our engine mount nuts have been removed on both sides. Now what I'm going to do is jack up the engine off the oil pan, I think, because that's going to be our lowest point. Might be a bit of a pain to get the subframe out, so I might put the jack in from a different side. But what I'm going to do in the meantime is get our trailing arms, these ones, get these two nuts out, and that nut that we left on loosely on the last episode, take that off, and then we're going to swing these inwards and out of the way. Trailing arms, spun them 90 degrees out of the way, so we can now access our mounting bolts on either side. Gonna sort out our steering rack first. It is very oily, so I do apologise. We've got 1 bolt, 2 bolt. I think they're long ones that go all the way through. So we've got our steering rack disconnected, taken these bolts out and kind of moved the steering rack out of the way. So now what it is these big 4 bolts on the side. There's one there, one just behind it if you can't quite see it, over there. And then you got the other 2 on this side as well, just behind the boot. So probably won't record this next bit because it's going to be heavy and awkward. But I'm going to get a couple of mates down to give me a hand because it's heavy and awkward. So that is our old subframe out and on the floor. We lost one of the engine mounts in the process, so we're just trying to recover that at the moment. They're just getting a couple of jam nuts on them, ran it around with the impact. But yeah, to hold the engine up, we used a ratchet strap holding on to the actual engine mount itself. So new one's ready to go in, and then as soon as that's up, then we'll record the rest of it. Oh yes, so we've got our engine mount secured in there. Just tightening up the second one now. Our subframe is in and underneath the car. So we've ran down these supporting bolts to God knows how much. And then to do now, we're going to get the steering rack back on. Then we're going to get these trailing arms located in. So we're just going to get that nut in there, and we're going to get our 2 bolts on the back either side just in there. So let's crack on. this moment when we realised that we wouldn't be able to get the trailing arms in and that we both had to go to work. So I'm back the next day on the Wednesday, I think it is, to try and fit these trailing arms. So see how we get on with that. Problem that we're having is that I've got my outer joint in. I've got the one in the subframe, as you can see just up in there. But this rear one, where the Polybush is, it isn't quite lining up. So if you can see, we're about. So these holes are where these two here is where my bolts are meant to go in. They don't fit. So I think I need to take the bush off ever so slightly, press it back out, and then try and refit the arm. Right then, so I've managed to do a little bit of wangling, and we have now got everything in and located. So that is the first side complete. Woo! Cue crowd cheering. So now, just need to figure out this other side. Which is ever so slightly pushed back out now, so I'll see if this fits. And there you have it, our brand new subframe, all bolted in, nice and pretty. Got it up on the ramp just to give you a better, what's that dripping? Oh, that is definitely rear main seal. But yeah, just got it up on the ramp to show you what it looks like. So here you are. Thank you very much for watching this two-part series. It's only been a short one, but it's been good fun. If you want to see more work done on the 3 series, then please do like and subscribe and follow along for more. And yeah, drop down in the comments what you want me to do to the car next. I've got a new project in mind of a gearbox swap, going from the 5-speed SMG up to the 6-speed manual. So if you think that's going to be the best thing for this car, then drop a like, leave a follow, and we'll catch you in the next one.